In recent times, you have made your home in Salvation, a newly built outpost in the borderland of the Mournlands. You are scavengers that were bravely ventured out of the grave in order to save Fixer Ruz and the explosive dynamites. The team that, after you've reached the border of the Mournlands, have the, well, let's just say, hastily retreated to their homes, seeing as they were actively trying to kill you last time. So they apologized with shame in their statements, and they just went off to the tavern to drink their sorrows away. Fixer Russ urges you to go back to the salvage market since, well, whatever the thing is that has been recently repeating the words third protocol activated and spouting verses from the Draconic Prophecy must be worth a fortune as salvage. What is your character's reaction to finally retreating back to to Salvation?
Well,
First off, I'm gonna find just a quiet place. I want to kind of look at this new sword that I grabbed off the arm of the Warforged, and I'm going to just try to understand it better and see what it's all about.
Okay, so the sword that you have grabbed from the Warforged, an arm blade, is a peculiar weapon. It can be activated on and off at will, and while handling it, you can't actually be disarmed with it. I can give you a little rundown of what it does when it comes to magical items. It attaches to your arm, you become inseparable with it, and as a bonus action you can retract and extend, and you can use it. The weapon itself is a common weapon, it doesn't actually have finesse, but we can say that it does. It gives like a little Assassin's Creed vibe to the whole thing, if you'd like to use it that way.
Okay,
similarly to a longsword.
Okay, well, I'm gonna attach it to my hand and put my warhammer to my back in case I ever need it again. But I'm gonna try out this new blade.
Okay, the blade immediately attaches to your arm, and while swinging it, you feel like it was your weapon the whole time. It seems like you and the weapon, with the whole magical influence, you understand each other. But thus is the nature of magical weapons after all.
Natara will just be happy to be back and not close to death.
Understandable. How is Dendron and Grumman doing?
Well, Dendron is about to go out into the marketplace to try and find Doan.
Okay. It seems that Don has been missing recently, as in he said that he was going to be in the salvage market, but there's no signs of him anywhere. But since Fixer Russ has asked you to meet her and Belalur in the salvage market, I think that's your next destination to go. Grumman, maybe a pint of beer in the way?
Well, before Grumman heads off for a drink, he wants to take a little time to seek a little spiritual guidance after seeing all those undead creatures. He's going to take some time praying to some totem spirits, kind of meditating and centering himself, and then he's going to go looking for the biggest flagon of ale he can find.
Okay. So you get your biggest, most alcoholic drink available before resting your your spirits and your soul, and also your stomach, before heading off to the salvage market. As you head off, you see slants of gray light that fall from the windows. Brokers do business from behind armor counters as usual, and as you enter, the malnourished salvage crew is currently arguing with the brokers over the value of a damaged conductor stone. But it seems like you won't actually be undisturbed for long because as soon so what do you do when you go back to the salvage market? You see Bellalor and Fixer are currently discussing matters near one of the armored counters. What do you want to do?
Natara will muffle the Oracle of War as much as possible. Like if she's got like an overvest or anything like that, she's gonna try and wrap it around in case it's still speaking. She doesn't want this. She doesn't want to walk in the middle of the marketplace with this thing. So honestly, I don't even think she'd go to the marketplace. She would tell Fixer Ruse to bring Bellador to them, like wherever they stay. Because standing in the middle of the marketplace with that is not smart.
Okay, so where is Natara going to be going with this thing?
Where do we normally stay? We stay at the inn, or do we have somewhere to go?
Normally, if you don't stay in the inn, you can also go to the Salvation Hotel, where you can rent a room. But typically, staying the most of your livelihood is based around going to the tavern, the hotel, all the salvage market are going on missions. But since no one actually asked for it, you can actually rent a house in Salvation.
How much is that, though?
Let's just say it had been paid up front.
Okay. That's a good idea because I'm not walking in the middle of this big area with this thing that's talking, especially with the reaction of the explosive dynamites, the reaction they gave us, and they're allies. So if we walk in the middle of the marketplace with this thing, with a bunch of people we don't know who aren't necessarily allies, no, not happening. So she'll go, I guess we have a house, and she'll go there and she'll tell Roos to bring Bellalor there, and she'll tell the group as well.
Okay, so Natar is currently at her house. She told you to meet up there. You rest along with Terra. I gave you a little green carpet. Here we go. You rent a house not far from here, and the rest of the group are by your by the words that you have spoken, they agreed to meet with Fixer, Ruse, and Bellalor. So, what is the rest of the party doing then? This is Natara's rented home.
Yeah. Little one, $2,000. Sorry.
Well, Grauman's gonna go join her if that's where we're gonna be meeting up with Fixer and Bellalor.
Well, right now you have to notify Fixer and Bellalor that they need to, come over here.
Gotcha.
Right now they are just, Russ has to go to Bellalor in case to let her know. You kind of went off and did your own things for a while. So I guess that leads Aid and Dendron to notify them. So Aid, Dendron, you see Fixer.
So where are they?
The salvage market. They are over here. This is Bellalor's counter.
Okay, well, I'm moving down here, and I'm presuming that there's a crowd, and I'm gonna shovel my way through here, and she's disguised as a gnome or a halfling, isn't she?
Bellalor is a goblin. And
goblin.
Sister Rose is a changeling. She can pick whatever the form she wants. Right now, she feels like being a dragonborn.
Alright, well, I'm gonna bend down and whisper. We've got important business in Natara's place. You need to come with us now. It's big stuff.
And while you're doing that, in the corner of your eye, something feels out of place. You see that suddenly 3 burly brutes are talking in the same whispering manner with Irulan right here. Irulan, can I get a perception check?
Okay. Perception.
Nice.
8, you see that most of them carry impressive weaponry. Each one of them is equipped with high quality longswords and heavy crossbows on their back. Irulan is currently handing them pouches of gold, and they are given a map. In the corner of your eye, you see that Natar's home is on the map, marked with an X.
Alright, there's no time to talk. We all gotta go to Natar's house. Walk out. Alright, quick, run. And I'm gonna chase after them when I see them walk out.
So, Cyrus, you have heard while they were talking, you were leaning back against the little boxes out here. Could you describe how your character looks first?
So my character is about 5'11" Pallid Elf with big old Pallid Elf ears, wearing a tweed trench coat. It's opened up with a nice shirt on the inside with a black scarf around his neck. And he has a short bow over his shoulder and a short sword at his hip.
So, while you were standing over there and the burly brutes were speaking up with a woman who, at the first glance, she seems lovely. Red-like, blood-like, curly red hair with a beautiful smile on her face, but it looks like her personality could take a little work. She was just giving pouches of gold to this man with a map that indicates that someone is from what you've heard, at least, she was talking about assassination after giving about the pouches of gold. What are you going to do?
Yes, I'm gonna follow those the 3 people she just gave those pouch gold to.
Okay. And Natar, right now at that spot you can hear loud banging at your doors. Open up!
She's gonna remain quiet. She's gonna back up and ready her arrow, ready a bow. She's not opening the door.
Okay.
Grauman's gonna pop out and yell at them. Oi! Why are you knocking on our friend's door? What business have you here?
So,
I'm hiding behind the wall, just like trying to keep out.
okay,
Just make
roll
sure
a
they don't see
stealth
me. Oh god, I'm bad with those. My big clunky armor.
Hide and quiet, that equals stealth. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
check. Okay, so with the clanking of your armor, you're immediately noticeable to the man as they...
I stumble on. I go crouch down, but as I go down, I kind of fumble on my legs and fall down on the floor in front.
It just means that you are not stealthy, but if that's the way you want to portray it, then sure. So, Grumman, the aforementioned leader of the group walks up to you and says that well, our benefactor has been given an anonymous tip that the owner of this house has an artifact of immense value. We came here to, and you can see that he starts to look at his sword and like wave it around in the air. We came here to make an honest offer for it.
I'd like to roll an insight check. Not that Grauman's real great at those.
Roll an insight check. The man seems to have honest intention, but you cannot quite discern if they are truthful and noble or sinister and vile.
So,
What do you?
So Grauman's gonna. So you, what you're saying is you've got money on you,
Well.
and he's gonna twirl his great axe around a little bit.
Are you threatening us? Don't you know what?
I must not be doing a very good job of it if you've got to ask.
We're the Ashhounds, haven't you heard? We have single-handedly slayed a troll. Are you really going to threaten us? Besides, the offer is truthful, and knowing our benefactor, actually really kind from her part.
I'm going to insight check this time.
Go for it.
So good.
You're gonna get Natar killed, right?
Aid and I are the Laurel and Hardy of this
He's
group.
smart about it.
So, Aid, you wouldn't tell that what the man is talking about, but he seems truthful right now. It seems like the offer they are going to issue is actually quite kind, given what their boss usually does with people.
Oh, well, I'm going 100% along with this. So, like, guys, can we calm down here, though? Like, we have, like, these things, they need to be professional. You have to, like, take down a date and, like, organize. You don't just make business dealings by barging into somebody's house. Like, give us a date, give us an arrangement, a common ground where we can meet, and then we'll do this. Like, you're just being absurd.
Yeah, we work for a salvage broker, Fix a Rose. You can ask her for information on things that we come back with if you want to buy something.
Okay, so you could see, well, we're not exactly going to buy anything per se. We're offering you an honest deal. The Oracle of War, or, and as he says, one of the veterans goes over to the door, plunges a longsword through the wooden door, almost like in a shining fashion, or your lives. I would like you to roll initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I've been having some pretty hefty connection problems, but I've been trying to message Tilly about introducing my new character, if that's okay.
Oh, come on.
Sure.
Big rolls.
Where is mine? All right. So,
Right?
Here is Cyrus.
let's see. I wish I could roll initiative. Whatever.
If
Sorry about that.
that upper right hand corner where you've got like all the white icons for
Oh
menus.
yeah, I'm sorry. Tulio literally went over this with me, and I just decided to
It's all
immediately
right.
forget it.
It takes a little time. So, Boris, would you like to introduce your character now, actually?
If you don't want to, Tilly.
Sure. It's just, okay, so let's just say that Dendron is out drinking the bar. So, your new character is named?
Yes, Larkin.
Larkin. Okay, give me a moment. So, could you quickly how would Larkin behave? How would you like him to be introduced?
Well, Larkin was probably just walking down the street as he normally does.
So he
As,
enjoys walking. That's
Yes, he actually
absolutely
does
right.
enjoy long walks, but he probably would have seen the commotion going on with the thugs and the orc twirling his axe, and he probably would have gone to approach to see what's going to happen.
Okay, give me a minute. I'm just you took me by surprise there, so I'm just
Yeah, sorry about
getting
that.
your token as quickly as it's possible.
I've completely forgotten how to roll initiative.
Right
The
click
clenched
on
fist.
your chin, and on the bottom right side is a shield and swords crossed. Left click on that. And on the right side where the fist is sticking up.
I'm not seeing. Wait, sorry. Say that again.
Yeah.
My mind's going blank.
So your token,
Yeah.
right click on it.
Yeah.
Bottom right side, there's a shield with 2 swords crossed.
Yeah.
Left click on that.
Left click.
Now, on, where the chat and where everything is,
Yeah.
on the right side of your screen, there's one with a fist. It's the combat tracker.
Yeah.
You should see your name there with, dice to the right. If you click on the dice, that'll roll it.
Oh,
There
for some
you go.
reason the dice were invisible, but when I clicked it, it worked. But usually the dice
Yeah,
just pop
your
up.
name will pop up there, but you have to left click to get the dice to, for you to roll.
Oh, all right. Usually it just popped up before.
Yeah.
Julio, my spells, they're not the same ones as I have prepared on D&D Beyond, I think.
Give me a moment. I'll quickly update them since we are going over. So, how does Larkin look like in the meantime?
Larkin, has he has also with him a rather impressive looking sword that looks to be a rapier. And he has a pair of sort of nobleman's glasses, and he has a sort of almost knightly armor with very fine kept hair.
Okay then. With that, Larkin, you see some kind of thugs are currently getting into someone's apartment. Does Nutter shriek at it,
No.
or you're just prepared to fire back?
She's prepared. As soon as they
He's
started
an orc, so
knocking
she knows
hard on
it's
her
true.
door, she's sitting there with an arrow notched, just waiting for someone to walk through that door. She's like, that doesn't sound like my friends. And I'm expecting trouble because of this damn thing. So no, she's ready.
Okay, so we're expecting trouble. In that very second, the veterans are starting to draw their weaponry, and they are trying to barge into your apartment to take Oracle of War away from you. Cyrus,
All right.
you have seen the people trying to break in, and some group that's apparently trying to stop them. What do you want to do?
Is it this door right here that they're trying to break
Yes.
into?
Yes, this door right here is the one that they were trying to break in.
Is that one? Which is it? This one who has their sword stuck in a wall? Someone shoved
that's-
their
my
sword through a
door.
door.
Yes,
Yeah, they
this
put
one.
their sword through my door.
This one.
She's gonna actually,
So the
Julio, she's
bottom
gonna
one or the
yell
top?
out
It doesn't
like,
matter.
"You're paying for that!"
Quick question. I didn't state it anyway. Am I in stealth? If not, I'm just gonna roll for stealth.
Okay, if you want to roll for stealth, we can do a surprise round. So roll stealth. Let's see if you have to be 12 in passive perception.
Okay.
Awesome first roll.
I think you're hitting.
Okay,
that'll-
you practically blend with the shadows, observing the whole situation. Seeing as the people out there might need your help, you have the upper hand and can make a turn before everyone even realizes you're here. So you can make your turn effectively twice.
As soon as that guy starts trying to barge the door, I'm gonna short bow him.
Go forth.
And it was the bottom one or the top one? I apologize.
The top one was the one that...
Okay. So...
So, with advantage, because you are attacking from stealth. So add advantage to the roll.
Okay, so if I have advantage, I will also get a third roll. I'll just go ahead.
Oh, you have elven accuracy. Okay.
Yep.
So add advantage to the roll. So
Okay,
that's
so-
the highest one is a 14. So the attack manages to hit, dealing 8 plus your sneak attack damage.
Which, let's see, this.
Plus
Ooh.
12. Give me a moment. I need to grab these veterans over here since they surprisingly shared hit points for no reason. Absolutely, he will not get a 12, but he'll get an 8. Okay, that checks out. So you fire off a shot dealing a total of 20 points of damage as suddenly the entire party sees an arrow coming seemingly out of nowhere, piercing the man's armor, hitting right on the spot. And now, your turn.
It's still my
The
turn
actual
again.
turn.
Yes,
Oh,
it's your
damn.
turn again.
All right, so may use my bonus action, hide.
Okay, roll a stealth check again. You are almost completely engulfed by shadows again as you try to surprise your opponents once more.
And then I'm going to take 3 shots again.
Go for it.
Just going to roll 3d20. Take it easy.
Okay, your
So,
highest was an 18.
Then I think that leads to 25.
Yes. Give me a moment. I think I can actually add to you Elven Accuracy. Run extra d20 with instrument. No, the extra die gets added when you roll the attack with advantage. If you go over and try to attack with your short bow, if you pick advantage, you can see that you actually roll 3 dice instead of 2.
Okay.
So we can do it that way. Anywho, 18 would be absolutely a hit, but roll damage for the attack. If you want to just roll... Oh, that's great. That will deal 10 points of damage plus your sneak attack. So another 18. Suddenly, before anyone has even a chance to react, 2 shots coming out of nowhere damage the big brute that felt like it's a good idea to break into Notar's apartment.
And I will move to... I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's all right.
25, 5, so 30.
That is absolutely fine. Great. Larkin, what do you want to do?
Larkin's going to say, "I don't have anybody breaking into anyone else's home." And with that, he runs over, and as a bonus action, both a shield and a sword seem to materialize into his hands as he takes a slash at this, scoundrel.
You okay?
That's gonna be normal.
The attack manages to hit, dealing 7 points of piercing damage, as your new materialist rapier breaks through the armor almost like it's non-existent.
And I'm going to use an arcane smite with that, which is one of my
Go for
class's
it.
special powers. So, just a moment.
And you deal 9 points
force
of additional damage.
And that's going to be it for Larkin.
So the now heavily bruised brute is going to just look at his boss, who just looks at him in pity. What are you doing? Fight back! So he does, takes the longsword out of the doors, grab his short sword in offhand, and he's going to do 3 attacks. 2 with a longsword and 1 with a short sword on his own.
Alright.
He attacks, dealing... that's correct. Dealing 14 points of slashing damage as the first attack's an absolute hit. Are there any reactions to your character? Sorry, it's just with Homebrew I don't know what to expect.
I do have a reaction, but I'm saving it for now.
Okay. So dealing 14 points of slashing damage.
Julio, that looks like it rolled one-handed and two-handed. It's a 1d8 and a 1d10.
Oh, you are absolutely right.
So
I'm sorry.
27.
It's just, yeah. It should be only 7 points.
Sorry,
of damage.
I don't mean to
That-
correct,
that's-
but I was like, dang!
No. You are absolutely right. It would be brutal for both of the things to roll, but yeah, thank you for that. Okay, so Larkin, he's going to do a second attack against you. The attack
Good
manages
top
to
numbers.
break.
Sorry.
The attack manages to break through your defenses, dealing 9 points of slashing damage as the veteran attacks you again. Desperately gasping for air, he goes in for a little swipe with his offhand short sword. dealing
And with
4
that,
points.
Larkin is going to parry that.
Go forth. So, if you were this, the creature takes. So the creature will take 1 point of force damage,
Yeah, and I don't take any.
and you don't take any. Okay, so you're left with 27 as right here. Aid. As you stumbled upon the whole situation with the boss right in front of you, who drawn both of his weapon. Currently, there's this veteran who's been attacked by your, seems, newfound ally. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna turn to Gromman with a wide grin. It seems we've got some unfound allies. And then I'm gonna punch my fist into the ground, and my new blade's gonna spike out, and I'm gonna go and punch this guy, aiming my fist straight at his face. Right in front of me.
Absolutely. Go for it. Roll an attack roll. And as you do, the veteran barely manages to parry your arm blade with both of his blades as the metal collides with each other.
Okay, and then my blade is going to enlarge him, and it seems to go for his face, but then it jumps over, and then he realizes that wasn't a blade, it was a mystical form of it, and I want to cast Spiritual Weapon and attack the guy who's after attacking Larkin.
Okay, what is more scythe-based or...
Just like the arm blade, but like the pointy part of the arm blade.
I'll try to find something similar to that, but I don't
Just
think
like a sword without like the handle, basically, like just a big needle.
the
Stabby.
closest thing I have is like a flying scythe or a longsword.
That'll do.
Okay.
So spiritual weapon. Oh.
And suddenly the boss, hey, watch out! As he realizes that the attack was not aimed for him, the veteran barely dodges for his life.
Okay, that's my turn.
The veteran is going to go over here. He sees Grumman threatening his boss with his greatsword, so he's going to retaliate back. He slices at Grumman with his longsword, but Grumman just easily parries it with the handle of his great axe. So he tries to desperately attack again and again with all of his might, only to just deal a minor stab with his short sword with both of his longsword attacks that were a miss. Notar!
How big is the hole in my door?
Roughly arrow-shaped, that's what you're asking.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I'm gonna see if I could shoot through the door. I mean, it's not gonna be easy, but okay.
Can Tara open the door?
So you,
Caca!
no, she cannot open the door, but we're gonna do this. And we're going to do. Okay, that didn't work.
So you tried to shoot through the opening, only for the veteran realizing that in the corner of his eye he saw through the opening Natar shooting at him with his arrow, so he barely manages to lean to not get hit by an arrow as an arrow lands in the wooden wall of the opposing building.
She just readies another one and lost it. And Tara's just gonna kind of hang around me.
The boss shouts loudly at 8, "We'll rip you apart and then grab our rewards for your heads," as he's going to engage in metal-to-metal combat, swinging his longsword in aid. But 8 just with his shield manages to defend himself from most of the blow, but receives a minor jab with the short sword that the boss manages to redirect. Grumman.
This guy's getting Wrath of the Storm.
Okay, go for it.
Oh. How do I do this again? Wrath of the Storm. Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
There.
So that's 2d8. He manages to dodge most of the blasts, seeing as his metal armor courses the lightning through his body. He just got a minor burn from your lightning. Grumman, what would you like to do?
All right, so Grumman's gonna grab the haft of his great axe. You can hear his knuckles almost popping. He's gripping it so hard, and he's gonna rage.
Yeah.
Give me a moment. You are raging.
All right, now that he's raging, I'm gonna use reckless attacks to gain advantage on my swing, and Great Weapon Master.
Okay, the entire package. Go for it. The attack manages to hit, dealing... Yeah, that's with a -5, dealing 20 points of slashing damage as you retaliate back at the veteran who dared to threaten your friend.
And that's gonna be his turn.
So, Cyrus, what are you going to do?
Quick question. What is your ruling for swapping weapons? Is it an action or a bonus action?
The swapping a weapon is you only get one free object interaction based on the rules as written. Typically, as we play, you can drop a weapon and take out your new one as one free object interaction. You could use an action as entire weapon to swap your inventory, but if you leave a weapon on the ground, the action is basically free, as aforementioned counts as a free object interaction.
And that doesn't count as an action or a bonus.
It doesn't count as an action or a bonus action. It counts as a free object interaction.
Okay. I guess I will stay here with my my short bow, and I will take 2 shots at the guy wielding sword. Which part? So well.
Okay, who are you targeting? This one?
Yes, the one who was attacking Aid.
Okay, you haven't targeted him yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to switch
Alt
my
and
target.
click.
Alt click. Thank you.
That's the way to do it. Go forth. And since there is an ally within 5 feet, your sneak attack absolutely applies to the roll. But it was rather imprecise at that moment, as the boss manages to fend off your attack with no sweat, now that he can
quick question.
finally see you.
Wasn't he an unseen attacker?
No, he hid before the first round, made an attack. Then at the beginning of his next turn, he used a bonus action to hide, attacked from here, so he was no longer an unseen attacker, and then he came through running, so they can see him. It's not like he can be an unseen attacker in plain view.
Yeah.
And then fired an attack. So the attack would be done normal.
Okay.
And I'm going to move here and use my bonus action to hide.
Roll a stealth check.
Oh!
Oof.
So, unfortunately, as you were trying to hide, some kind of drunk individual is currently leaning up here. You have accidentally stepped on his foot. He starts to loudly shout, "What are you doing, you boy?" So you're not hiding or surprising anyone in here.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Larkin, what do you want to do?
Larkin is going to expend 3 mana points to create a projection of his blade to attack all 3 of these guys once.
Okay, is it like a multi-attack, a volley kind of thing?
It's a sort of volley thing. So I attack one guy once, and I move on to the next one as it's over.
Okay, so the third attack misses. The second attack manages to hit, dealing 8 points of force damage, as well the boss is specifying again, so he doesn't actually realize the attack is coming his way. But the third one, seeing as his boss got stabbed by some force-like blade, he manages to dodge your blow.
Damn. Larkin's going to use the bonus action shrug and end his turn.
Okay, let's see if the bonus action shrug is effective against solid metal, as this veteran is going to try and attack you. He misses the first blow.
So far, so good.
He attacks you again, only to deal 6 points of slashing damage.
And I'm going to parry that.
Okay, so I'm not adding that yet.
Thank you.
So that would be 7, meaning that he receives 1 point of force damage, which is not yet enough to kill him.
Alright.
And he tries to stab you with an offhand, seeing as he seemingly parried his attack by doing your own techniques. So he's going to end the turn right here. Aid, what are you going to do?
Abe is like having so much fun playing with his new toy, his like fist sword, and like batting against this guy who's engaging him steel to steel combat. He's just having the time of his life, and he doesn't really know what's at stakes anymore. He's just in a gleeful kid-like state, so he's gonna just keep going at it and attack this guy in front of him again.
Go for it. Well, new swords typically have the tendency to get used to, as unfortunately the whole thing keeps malfunctioning, and that's why you are just worse off with your battle prowess, at least right now.
And the what do we call it? The spiritual weapon is going to attack the same guy also, up by Larkin.
Go for it. But you still have your spirit and remember how to use it, as your spiritual weapon, the shame of your arm blade, deals a solid blow, finally killing the veteran who wanted to break into Natar's apartment.
Rude.
Okay.
And Grumman, since you attacked recklessly, exposing yourself to attacks, the veteran is going to try and attack at you as well. With the first one being a noticeably harsh hit, dealing 6 points of slashing damage. It will normally be much, much worse for anyone else than you, but you just shrug off the wound instead. He tries to attack you again, to hit the second time, dealing 5 points of slashing damage, and he goes for a quick jab with his short sword, only to just deal a minor wound to you. Natar, the veteran's bloodied body is now leaning against your door. What are you going to do?
To push my door open, is that an action?
It's a free object interaction. No, the body is just flavor. It doesn't actually block the way.
Well, the door. 5, 10.
No, the opening a door, pulling a lever is a free object interaction, unless it's like the lever is like harshly broken or stuck or needs muscle strength to pull or time.
Alright, so she's gonna run outside her door and see these two guys and shoot. Maybe I shoot the right head. Yeah.
The attack manages to hit, dealing 12 points of piercing damage as Natar hops out of her apartment and lands a precise and solid blow.
And then Tara's gonna go for the same guy. Forward and backwards.
Unfortunately, only to miss, as after you hit him with your arrow, the veteran was prepared for the next blow. Seeing a bloodhog fly directly at him, he manages to avoid the attack.
Cool.
How high is Tara?
Hold on, I gotta do the math here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That was 35, 40. So here was 45. So from here, she'll go up 15 feet.
Got it. It's just, it was near, so I was wondering if...
Yeah, no, she's up in the air. Definitely.
Okay, so the the boss is going to still try and attack you. Landing, as in trying to land 3 attacks. He swings at your longsword only to get it blocked by your shield. He tries to attack with his longsword again, but Aid is towering over him, blocking every possible blow. So the Brute looks on for an opening with a short sword, but Aid already knows how he works out, so he manages to block this attack as well. Grumman.
think you're muted.
Oh, so I was just trying to think here.
It never happens.
Yeah, with Terra up that high, if I slide over, that's not going to be advantage on this guy, right? For flanking?
No. Terra doesn't, in that particular case, she doesn't. If she were, you would know, in the other side, yeah, then she will absolutely count as flanking, but she's out of the veteran's reach, so she wouldn't participate in joint attack.
Yeah, we're going to get crazy with it. I'm going to use Reckless Attacks again with Great Weapons Master.
Okay, the attack is an absolute hit as your great axe gets basically stuck beneath the now destroyed plates of the bruised armor, dealing 23 points of slashing damage as blood pours out.
He's not down yet, though, huh?
Not yet.
He's hurting though.
All right, so
He's severely hurt.
I'm gonna use my Orcish Fury for extra damage to roll one additional weapon damage dice. So it's just an extra D12, right? For Great Axe's D12.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll just do that as extra damage. Oh, a whole whopping extra 1.
As you try to take out your great axe, you just plunge it in a bit deeper, but not enough to actually kill him.
All right, that's gonna be my turn.
Okay, Cyrus, what are you going to do?
I'm going to use my free object interaction. I'm going to stow my bow, and then going to let's make 2. I'm going to do an unarmed strike at a guy right here.
Go ahead. As unfortunately, the attack misses.
So do that. And then I will go ahead and I'll take another one.
Go for it.
Big money, no whammies.
So, how are you going to kill him?
Just going to run up and just a quick punch right to the neck.
As his throat gets basically ripped out, he falling dead on the ground in an instant. Are you going to do anything else?
Nope, that'll be it.
Larkin, what are you going to do?
Larkin's going to move forward to flank this guy. He's going to attack with advantage. Glad I had advantage.
Nice.
It seems like advantage gave you the upper hand, as the veteran was just about to catch your hand with the rapier in it, but it just struck him with an arm blade as both of you dealt a joint action, already working as a team, dealing 14 points of piercing damage.
Then he's going to use a come hither gesture, and it is turn.
Okay, that's a bit risky, but you do you. Eight, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna shout out over the guy that I'm dancing with my swords with, I like your style, and then I'm gonna jab at him again, like fist punch with the blade out front.
Go for it. And it would seem that A just needed a partner to do his dance, striking at the boss, dealing 7 points of slashing damage.
Spiritual weapon's gonna go behind him and go straight for the shins.
Okay. And as you said, slashing directly at him, dealing 7 points of force damage.
And that's my turn.
Natar, what are you going to do?
He's back out. Where's he at? 5. Can't see. Okay. So, no attack of opportunity then. 5. Back here. Can Terra fly down kind of around his head and distract him for a help action?
Sure. You can use a help action with Terra. But
How would that
Terra
work?
will need
Advantage,
to,
or?
technically, Terra, for the next time, Terra will need to be within 5 feet of you to help you. Aim.
She can move. She's...
Yeah, as in for flavor, absolutely. She is over there distracting him, but, mechanics-wise, to use the help action and to be within 5 feet of you. Okay, go ahead, make your shot.
Don't worry about that. I'll just...
And you deal 11 points of piercing damage, landing an arrow straight at the Verturn's back.
I did not do advantage on that because I'm not going to bend the rules. I'd rather just do it right and know the rules. So Tara's going to go ahead and...
It's the rule of cool, so no rules are bended here. But yeah, go make an attack with Terra as well.
Come on, Terra. Take him out.
What gruesome way do you want him to die in?
So Natar obviously shoots her arrow into his shoulder, and then Terra kind of dives down and goes for his shoulder, but the arrow comes, she has to turn out of the way and ends up slicing his neck open.
Okay, with that, the battle ends, but not your troubles. As something grim starts to happen. You hear the lightning rail bump on the station, and with that, screaming voices coming from the outside. A thundering voice echoes across Salvation from the direction of the lightning rail station. People of Salvation, my name is Saul Dreadstroke. I have a simple proposition for you. Bring me the device known as the Oracle of War, and no one else needs to get hurt. And as he says that, suddenly the lifeless body of Sheriff lies dead on the floor with his neck cut off with one of the daggers that Saul has. Lying there motionlessly on the floor, the voice continues. Bring me the device known as the Oracle of War, and no one else needs to get hurt. Defy me, and you'll all die. Every 10 minutes, one of my colleagues is going to execute someone from this outpost. If you have the Oracle, I suggest you step forward and let yourself be known. And as he says that, suddenly you see an old friend, Johanna. Mother Johanna comes running down the road, screaming, "Hurry! We have to hide! You have to hide!"
How does she know we have it? Just assumes.
Raz,
Fixer
Raz has already told her. Besides, the Chapel of the Silver Flame is one of the places that you can usually hide and gain refuge.
Natar runs in, grabs it, and takes off after Mother Johanna. And that is... Crap, where is it on the map?
Right here.
There. Okay. I was going the wrong direction.
Oh, this is my first morning stroll that's happened like this, but go as you please.
Give me a moment. I'll find an appropriate ambience for a little situation up here.
Tara's just like, run!
And Mother Johanna points over to the chapel, leading over where Fixer Ruz and Garunda, as well as Belor, are already waiting for you.
Oops, sorry.
So I think that guy's really pissed at us.
I'm sure he's not the only one. We just took out what's-her-face's men. But we can't hand this thing over.
And why exactly is that?
I have no idea. Why or what?
I said, why exactly is that?
Oh. You've got two... I don't even know what they are. Two bad guys that are fighting over this device. Allies almost killed us over it. The last thing we need to do is put this in the hands of someone who will destroy the world, which they likely will do.
Right, fair enough. With a name like Dreadstroke, I don't doubt that, so,
A little on the nose, isn't it?
Well, and Fixer Ruz, as she usually briefs you on the task, she starts talking and saying all the different tasks and how exactly is the job going to look like, the job being your survival right now. So, it seems like we are in a really bad spot here. Do you have any idea who are we dealing with?
No.
So, Saul Dreadstroke, legendary leader of the famous Deadly Six. He has, at all times, is surrounded by flying daggers. We have Ganji Saberhands, a ferocious orc wearing gauntlets with long steel blades. Gorg Boar, he basically handles around, a battering ram with himself. Indomitus being a helmed horror who Sal probably made himself. Sardzatska, which, well, she can poison people and eat them alive. And Irgna Bloodfist, crazy gnoll. Because of that, we're pretty much screwed. Any suggestions? What should we do?
Run far, fast.
We'll have to.
And leave all those people here in Salvation?
What do you suggest, Bruce? Do we give this to the horrible people that you just explained to us? You watched your team turn on us in a moment when they heard this thing speak. We don't know what it is, but the fact that they all want it, I don't want it. I just want to keep it away from them.
Well, I do know that you have the Oracle of War, you want to save him, but knowing these themes, the area is already being surrounded. Besides, Indomitus can fly. He'll track you down in an instant.
Wait, how about we use
hide it somewhere?
Can we use it against these people?
Well, as you can see, and Natar, as you are still holding it down, the machine keeps repeating third protocol activated over and over and over again. Well, its usefulness is now a bit limited, I would say. Yes, limited is the exact word. But I have a plan. At least half of it.
That's more than I've got. So what is
Question.
Yeah?
What does... So you've seen this guy, Soul Dreadstroke.
Oh, no. I've heard legends about them.
What's his race? What is his species?
Well, Saul Dreadstroke is a half-orc, fiercely loyal to... well, that's sad, that's a legend. Fiercely loyal to someone called the Lord of Blades.
Listen to the prophecy. Listen to it. When Dark Lantern flickers, okay, the king in green rides north on a bolt of steel. He's a half-orc on a freaking train that is probably made of steel. Two nations prepare for war as all eyes turn to sky blue. What do? We can't hand this over.
Well, you certainly can't handle them one by one. Them all at once. But I would suggest the exact opposite. If you can lure them, or well, they will be scouting. They will be scouting areas right now. Probably going in pairs of 2.
We can
And
handle
we're sitting
that.
in a building with only one entrance and exit.
Yeah.
Well, can anyone sneak out? And Russ says, well, I have a friend that can give you a couple of items that could help you along the way. He owes me a couple of favors. His name is Eric Sforn.
Where is he?
Well, in a shop just nearby, seeing as he's currently responsible for the general goods store, but he has a stash of magical items he can at least lend to us.
How far is the general store, DM? Do we know?
The general store is like the next building on the right, but you will actually have no time to think about the whole situation, because right now, as the whole thing ensues, suddenly the door to the chapel crashes as you see a giant ogre that currently knocked the doors around with his battering ram. With a smile on his face, he says, "Hello.
Are ogres
I would like
humanoids,
you to roll
or are
initiative
they-
again."
That's more like it. Okay.
So, Larkin, what would you like to do?
Well, Larkin is going to sigh and walk up to the front. And he's going to ready an attack action for whenever one of them gets close. And that's
Okay.
going to be it for his turn.
Grumman?
Grumman's gonna rage again.
Okay. Grumman is raging again.
So Indomitus is there.
Yes, Indomitus,
Oh.
Flying Helmed Horror, and Gorg Rogan, the giant ogre with the only weapon being a massive battering ram that he himself wields.
I'm gonna... Oh man, I'm gonna take just a regular old... we're going for the big bucks here, right, folks? I'm gonna reckless attack, great axe, great weapon master on Gorg. Let me see if I can get him targeted here. Select him.
Alt click.
There we go. It kept just jumping over to the ping. Let's do that.
Okay, you immediately manage to hit him, dealing 20 points of slashing damage.
Damn. That's a lot of damage.
I'm gonna try and jump back. Even though I know it's gonna give him an attack of opportunity on me here. I'm still gonna try and back up through the door.
You don't escape from Gorg, as he's going to try to bash you on your way out. Dealing 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and since you try to jump back, Gorg can push you 5 feet away, so imagine being hit by a battering ram and pushed even further by the sheer blow.
Whee! Sorry.
Ouch. Yeah, I'm gonna land at Aid's feet, and Grommon's just gonna look up at him and go, ouch.
Natar, what are you going to do?
How heavy is the Oracle of War?
Oracle of War is... why are you asking? Let's say like this.
It's too heavy for Terra.
No, it's actually not.
Okay. So I want Terra to carry it to the back of the building.
Sure.
All the way back here. She's gonna apologize to Mother Johanna, and she's gonna step back a little bit and then aim with her bow.
Mother Johanna is just going for the back as well.
Yeah, she's like, run!
As well as Fixer Ruz, Bellalor. So where Terra currently is, Bellalor, Fixer Ruz, they are all just hiding and waiting for the whole thing to, well, her best crew to resolve. And you manage to land an arrow straight at the roaring ogre.
That's it. Max damage on that one. Yay!
8, what are you going to do?
So Grommon's at my feet at the moment, and I'm gonna pull him up. And as I pull him up, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Go for it.
Then, as he gets up, I kind of just push him forward and like, you got this, dude. And I wink at him.
Okay, Cyrus, what are you going to do?
I am going to cast Sleep.
Okay, go for it. So you will affect 28 hit points. What is the area that sleep is going to take? So you see that none of these creatures actually go to sleep. They have too much hit points for the sleep to work.
Okay. And then I'm going to use a bonus action, Insightful Fighting on Indominus. So I need a contested deception check to my insight.
Okay, could you link the feature? That's the...
Yes, let me... can I do that in here?
Use your sneak attack against the target. Okay. Okay, so make an insight check against the target deception check. No, Gorg doesn't have a lot of deception.
Oh no, Indomitus. I'm doing it to Indomitus.
Oh, to Indomitus. Okay, sorry, that never happened. Okay, so deception. Let's see. He rolled a 6.
So, where am I? Insight.
You rolled it with advantage. Sorry.
My race gets advantage.
Oh, your race gets advantage. Okay.
If you don't, like, if that's too broken, I'm fine taking that out.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead and play whatever character you want. I'll just pump the enemies.
All right.
Oh
So
no.
yeah. So yeah, that was 25 insight.
Yeah, you managed to like see a little thruster at a tank canister that he carries on his back. You wonder what's that for, but that might be a good weak spot.
Sweet. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Gorg is going to step over here, going a bit closer to Larkin.
And Larkin's going to take a swipe at him.
Go forth. The attack manages to hit, dealing 8 points of piercing damage. Gorg shrugs, laughs. No, Gorg turn! As he's going to land a hit on Larkin, push Larkin back 5 feet, so you're going to be pushed this direction. And Gorg shouts to Indomitus, "Now do your flame thingy!" And Indomitus is going to move in slowly, and you can see that below his wrist he has like little exits for his flame canisters, as he's going to cast flame burning hands at the 3 of you. So
Grumman jumps
Grumman,
into the flame.
you'll receive the normal amount, since doubled because of natural fail, but other than that, halved because of your race. Larkin manages to dodge out of the way, so does Cyrus. And Indomitus is going to stay right here where he is. Larkin, what are you going to do?
Larkin is going to move back in front of Gorg. All right, where were we? Oh yes, I remember.
As you manage to land a solid blow with your magical rapier, dealing 12 points of piercing damage.
And that's going to be for Larkin as he steals himself for the next battering ram.
Gorg, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna.
Grumman.
Yeah. I'm gonna take one step that way, and I'm just gonna do. Man, that's. Yeah, you only live once. Reckless attacks with Great Weapons Master.
Go for it. And the attack manages to break Indomitus' defenses, but you see that the armor that Indomitus is currently wearing, or is made from, is resistant to your blows. Even the mightiest blow doesn't actually phase Indomitus too much, as the machine still appears relatively uninjured.
And that's gonna be my turn.
Natar, what are you going to do?
Got a question. The silver arrows we got, how do those work? These are just regular damage, just silvered, or?
Regular, as in, it will deal extra damage, overcome resistances to werewolves, lycanthropes, and so what, or be magical to, as in, if you have a magical weapon, they will deal extra damage to lycanthropes. But other than that, they are not magical.
Okay. And I'm not gonna waste it.
As you deal 3 points of piercing damage to Indomitus, the machine starts to slowly crack, with you and Grumman damaging it.
And that's it for her.
Aid, what are you going to do?
So I'm going to look Gorg straight in his eyes, straight in his ugly eyes, and I'm going to say one word to him. I'm going to say flee as I cast command on him.
Okay. Gorg runs away. Indomitus handled it.
Okay, and yeah, that ends my turn.
Okay.
Or actually, I have a question. You see the way Indomitus is like in the corner by himself? If I were to like go up here, would they get advantage because he's backed into the corner?
Typically not, but we can say it does.
Okay, then I'm gonna
You
move
make
up
a
to
solid
here.
point. Cyrus, what are you going to do?
Going to move right there. And I'm going to take a swipe at him with my short sword.
Go for it.
And is that with advantage?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We already established that that will be done with advantage. So the attack manages to hit only to scrape Indomitus' armor by just a bit, dealing 6 points of damage in total.
Okay. And then I'm going to do an unarmed strike.
To punch through and just rip parts of Indomitus' armor out.
And that'll be my turn.
Goodbye, Indomitus. I'm going to report back to the boss. You two have opportunity attacks on. One dealing 10 points of piercing damage and aid.
Let me see.
And 8 attack missing. Gork is going to run back, and he's actually not going to get back. He's going to go back to the boss, as he told him. Indomitus the machine is currently fuming with anger, seeing as his ally just fled. But it doesn't mean that the machine is going to relent anytime soon, as it's going to still try to breathe flame at the three of you.
Oh.
Lovely.
And Cyrus, I will need a dexterity saving throw as well. That's a natural 20, meaning that Cyrus receives 1/4 of the damage instead. Unfortunately, Larkin falls down, and Aid takes 3 points of fire damage instead. Larkin is currently unconscious.
You know, Larkin can say one thing to his teammate before he falls down.
What is?
Ogre! Tell them to get the ogre.
Larkin, roll a death saving throw.
Alright.
Oh no.
Oh, nice.
Those are 2 failed death saving
two
throws. If
automatic
Indomitus hits you with
Jesus
another blast of these flames, it will be the end of Larkin. Grumman.
All right, let's great weapons master this. And since we've got advantage, I don't need the reckless attacks.
Yes, but the attack unfortunately misses.
Oh, with a 17.
Yes, a 17
Yeah.
misses.
I'm gonna take the opportunity attack and try to move back to see if I can't move over and
Even the mightiest machines seem to malfunction from time to time, as Indomitus, while trying to attack you, allows any enemy in melee range to make an opportunity attack against him. Cyrus, aid, would you mind?
Please.
The first attack from Cyrus manages to hit, dealing 3 points of piercing damage, and aid. Your attack is magical, so it will actually pierce through his defenses. So it deals 11 points of slashing damage. As you see, aid seems to slash off at his armor with no problems.
Gotcha. So, Grauman's gonna continue to pivot to there. God, is there anything I can do to help Larkin?
Unfortunately, use your action to attack. If you were to use your action to make a medicine check, then that's a DC of 10.
I don't have a healing kit or anything like that anyway. So that would have been, let's see here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna go 30 feet to there just in case anything is coming back. Or gets... If the giant ogre decides to bring back friends, I'm just gonna pause there.
Natar, what are you going to do?
She's gonna move forward. I just forget how to do that. Okay, well. She's gonna shoot at Indomitus again.
Go for it.
Did we get a long rest between the last battle and now?
Between the battle with the veterans? No.
Yeah.
Between the, the zombies and all of that? Absolutely.
Okay, good. So then I have a hunter's mark. Put it up, please.
Absolutely.
Oof.
Hunter's mark is
That's,
Indomitus, granting you additional magic damage against the marked target.
Come on.
But unfortunately, the attack has to be a hit, and Indomitus, with his heavy, custom-made armor, is not an easy target.
She's gonna hold and yeah. I've got Tara's staying by the Oracle of War to watch it.
8, what are you going to do?
Okay, I'm going to just put my hand behind me and touch down at the unconscious Larkin and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Go for it. Dealing as in healing Larkin for 7 hit points as you manage to close his wounds, but it seems that Indomitus is looking threateningly at Larkin. The machine is designed to kill, after all.
I'm gonna move down here, and for my bonus action, I'm gonna try draw his attention to me and away from Larkin.
Okay. Well, it won't look as a bonus action, but roll intimidation.
Okay.
Not quite.
Seems like you've only infuriated him, as he'll have advantage on his first strike against the... he'll still have advantage, so nothing happens, but you made him mad and, eager to kill Larkin where he stands. Where he lies, actually.
See. Can I drag Larkin out
Is he not
outside the
healed?
door.
I thought he was up.
He is, but I just don't want him to get blasted again.
Okay.
You can use a grapple check and half of your movement to try and get Larkin out, but knowing that Indomitus actually has, 30 feet of movement, you won't actually be able to get him in time. You can attempt to just block his whale by standing where you exactly are, but you will be as susceptible to Indomitus attacks.
All right, then. I guess I'm about to attack them. So I will go ahead and take a swipe with my short sword.
Go ahead. The attack manages to hit, dealing 3 points of piercing damage to Indomitus. Sorry, additional 5 points with sneak attack damage. You see that the machine is badly wounded, but suddenly grabs a long sword in his hand, and it's ready to strike against you, since you're the only creature against his way to finish the job as it was designed to. And you manage to land a second unarmed strike against it, but it's not yet enough to kill it.
All right, that'll be my turn.
The machine screams in a damaged metallic voice, "Out of my way!" as it's going to slice against you, two-handling a longsword, dealing 13 points of slashing damage against you, and then attacking you yet again.
Ooh.
Which also manages to hit, dealing 5 points of slashing damage. With that, Cyrus is severely injured. Lurkin, what are you going to do?
He's going to stagger to his feet. And he's going to walk over to the machine. All right, I've had just about enough. As he tries to attack him with his spellbound rapier.
Go forth. Is that magical damage?
Yes.
Absolutely it is, as Larkin, after standing up, materializing his blade, ends the whole facade by striking the flame canisters as Indomitus burns to dust, and nothing remains of its magical armor. The only thing that remains is the remnants of now Indomitus's charred parts. With that, the combat ends for now, and after the fight, you can hear a horrifying scream of someone being murdered.
Natar is, are we gonna take a break, or?
Yes, right now we're going to take
I saw
a
you
break.
pause it, so I was like,
Yes. Right now we're going to take a break before actually, landing another. After we get to the shop, you with Enric Sworn will receive gadgets that will help you along the way. Magical items only to borrow, mind you. Mm-hmm. And Eric Sworn will lend you an insight of what to do, how to move through, as he's an experienced adventurer, not unlike you. And he's going to, give you a little insight of how to do it. You're going to fight against these assassins. One of them is down, but 5 more to go. And with that, I'm going to put on some more soothing music and 15-minute break, as usual.
what do you guys think about the connection that Natar made on the prophecy?
I think you're right.
Legit a far stretching.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I thought that was great. It makes perfect sense to me.
No, I think it's good.
Yeah, I read it again and I'm like, oh my god, what race is he?
Did anyone pick up on the puppet names?
Which names? Yours?
Yeah, for the puppets.
No.
Together they spell the name rhododendron, which is a type of flower, which is Glenn's
cool.
favorite flower.
No.
Where do we have a copy of that prophecy? It's not one of our handouts, right? Is it just in the Discord channel?
I think it's a handout.
Where is the handout in the forge?
Yeah, so if you go at the top, to the right, it looks like an open book. It's journal entries.
Okay.
So I think it would be, is it 2? No, that's the map. That's the advice. No, maybe it's
No,
not. I typed it out though.
Okay. Yeah, I got like the journal entries.
Yep.
Tactical advice, Oracle of War.
Yeah, I'm not okay, I'll paste it in do you want it in Discord?
I got it. Oh,
Okay.
is it not in the handouts? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't see it in the handouts. I could be just missing it though.
I'm
Hardly.
I just kind of went through all of them and I'm not seeing it. Maybe post it to the maybe like the roleplay channel or.
Yeah.
I know I copied it into the Google Drive when we heard it, and I can't find it. It's driving me nuts.
When dark lanterns flicker in the light of the silver torch, the king in green rides north on a bolt of steel. 2 nations prepare for war as all eyes turn to sky blue. And that is supposed to be part of the draconic prophecy.
Man, that sure sounds like what's happening right now.
Yeah, I was like, no, oh man. And as soon as I heard him say half, it was like, if you saw my face, if I was on video, I was like, my hands were like in my hair. I was like, oh my God. What's the light of the silver torch?
But yeah,
Could be
Larkin's
it as
taking
well.
a beating, but it's just kind of his job, so.
Yeah, and then I got smacked twice with a great sword, and now I was like, oh no. I was really hoping my high AC would help, but he rolled 2 16s, so I guess I'll just take it.
This is the Church of the Silver Flame, right? That we're in.
Yep, that's the silver torch
I was
that
gonna
was
say.
mentioned.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Dark lanterns flicker. Dark lantern.
Beautiful thing is, I'm glad Larkin's alive because he has something that can really help the party soon.
Vitar is going to try and find a bag of holding. Because if you
For
put
the,
something
Oracle?
magical in, you can't track something inside a bag of holding that I know of.
I think you'd have to actually go to the separate plane to find it. So someone would have to get into a bag of holding,
Right.
and then find it from.
And then die while they're doing that. So that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. If only dead people
Dark-
find what we're looking for, it doesn't matter.
Down dead.
So when dark lanterns flicker, could that be what's the word I'm looking for? Betrayal? Within the church?
Possibly. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So while we're waiting, and we were talking about that bag of holding, did you see the bagman from Van Richten's guide?
Mm-mm.
So it's
I haven't read that yet.
So it's a theoretical. So it's in the section. It's not actually a stat blocked monster, but it's in the section about how to create horror monsters. And the idea is that there's an urban legend about an adventurer who sought to escape doom by hiding inside his bag of holding, but he gets stuck in the interplanar or extra-dimensional storage space, and every time he tries to climb out of it, he climbs out of a different bag of holding. And now, whenever he can't, he's like turned into like this like shadowy, like long-limbed, bedraggled, hair over his face type of figure. And if he comes out and he can't find he's not back in his own home, he will drag someone near the bag back into the bag with him, and he leaves behind some like junk trinket that he's come across. Yeah. And they have like a Candyman type of, you can, they say that if you whisper over a bag of holding 3 times, follow my voice, the bagman will come for you while you're sleeping.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I want to use it on my other parties so bad. I mean, imagine you're on watch, and all of a sudden, like, here comes this creepy pale figure climbing out of the bag of holding that someone's got,
What the
on a catches your eye in the moonlight, grabs your halfling rogue, and drags him back into the bag of holding and disappears forever.
What did I come up to?
Talking about Foundry.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I actually made the bagman for my adventuring group at Eberron.
Very cool.
And yeah, he was a tough fight. They barely beat him, but very nearly resulted in a TPK. Mainly just because it took them by surprise, the whole bagman thing. Because one of them had jokingly mentioned it, and then I added it to the game.
Hey, DM.
Yeah?
Julio, do we know of any cities, countries, organizations that have a flag with the color sky blue?
Unfortunately not.
No.
The answer to the draconic prophecy might be more literal than you might think. As in, it's just something to keep on the back of your mind and be surprised for later.
Trying not to be too surprised.
Just every time you just walk by people and they look into the sky, you're like, it's happening!
Why is everybody looking? Why are all eyes turning to the sky?
I think they mean the eye color changing, but yeah.
Could be different things. It could be looking, it could be an actual physical change. Two nations prepare for war.
Anyway, I think we're back.
Yes, we're back, and, well, Gorg seems to be, going back to his boss any minute now, so you need to quickly get to Eric's Foreign's shop.
Is there anything interesting on the now dead Warforged?
It wasn't the Warforged, this was the Helmed Horror.
Helmed Horror. Is there anything interesting on the Helmed Horror?
Well, right now, no, and you don't, I have an extra resource that allows you to scavenge things, but it takes an hour. You don't have that hour, right?
I do not.
But so yeah, next time you'll be able to, scavenge and try to salvage whatever left of enemies right now.
That time.
Okay, well, I guess let's.
I'm gonna run back behind the table here where Johanna is, and grab the Oracle of War, and then rush out through the front.
You see that Ruz is coming with you, saying that Eric's might be tough to talk to.
No time to waste.
And you head off to Eric's shop, where you can see that the old man is currently, seems to be sleeping and snoring behind the counter.
I'm gonna lean over and snap at his ear to wake him up.
What?
Good first impression.
Excuse me, young man. Is this usually how you start a conversation? How about a hello?
When
Maybe
innocent
ring
people
the
in the town
bell?
are when innocent people in the town are dying, I think we can skip commodities. Now we need your help desperately.
And you can see that Ruz is coming through the doors, and then like a really I am fed up with you tone of voice tells Eric's, please, not now. And Eric's is responding in a matter of, what no now? The boy has barged into my shop, hasn't ring the bell stands right on the counter. I was having a nice pleasant nap.
Tara flies to the counter and rings the bell.
See? This is how you do it. Hello, kind lady, how can I help you?
Do you have a bag of holding? And do you have magical weapons we can borrow? We will return them, but we're trying to save the city. So, help. Please.
Magical weapons. All they want nowadays is magical weapons. Back in my days, all we need was a immovable rod.
It's the only thing that will get through their defenses.
You're wrong. You see, when it comes to magical equipment, you have to not boost what you do good. You have to see what you're bad at. Here. And he starts walking over to Grumman. What's your name?
Grumman Halfbane.
Dear Grumman, what are you bad at?
So Grumman kind of scratches at his head a little bit, clearly having problems thinking.
See, he is a bit slow, even while he's thinking. That's why he needs these. And he goes to a counter and picks up a pair of boots. Here, now you're faster. How about you, young lady? What are you bad at?
Niceties.
What?
Do you have a bag of holding?
Yes, I do have a bag of holding.
She's gonna pull out the Oracle of War and put it like on the counter in front of him.
Oh, nice contraption. Great. Now, what are you bad at?
Does it go off?
Nope.
Can I make it go off?
Nope. It keeps repeating the same thing. Third protocol activated.
That's what I meant. Like, is it saying that?
Yes, it's saying that all the time.
She's gonna like take his chin and turn his head towards the Oracle of War and make him listen to what it's saying.
Well, third protocol activated. I guess it was made in some form of factory.
Listen.
Yes, third protocol activated. And why should I care?
It doesn't say the prophecy.
No. It said the prophecy only once. And then it kept repeating third protocol activated. Yes.
She's gonna close her eyes, take kind of a calming breath.
Does the third protocol mean
in the light of the silver torch? The king in green rides north on a bolt of steel. Does that mean anything to you?
Beautiful poem. You'll surely won a prize contest somewhere in Charn. I suggest the more great university.
Oh, crap. I'm gonna start looking around.
What are you bad at?
I already told you, niceties.
Nicety. So you want to be more mean to your enemies.
No. I'm bad at being nice.
Oh, you're bad at being nice.
Yes.
I can see that.
And I have no time. right now, and I'm sorry if I'm being blunt, but the town is under attack, and sheriff's dead, and they're killing other citizens. So, my apologies, but we really don't have time for this.
I'm gonna walk up behind him and I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder and I'm gonna like, you know what I'm bad at? I just have nowhere to put things. I have this massive warhammer on my back and it's slowing me down everywhere and I just need to get somewhere to put it so that it doesn't hinder me in the middle of battle. Like I've got this new fancy sword, like I just need somewhere to be able to put this warhammer that I can access at any time.
You're right. Your warhammer needs to fly instead. And he starts tinkering with it. Here you go. And the warhammer will now function as a free spiritual weapon.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Now you can fly it anywhere, and it doesn't weigh anything.
That was 10 points of healing to, is that Larkin down here?
Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Cyrus, okay. Yeah, 10 points of healing. She kind of walks past you and touches you does a cure wounds.
Given recent events, I'd say I'm rather shoddy at staying alive.
Does it mean that you're good at dying?
I have no idea about that either. Might be bad at dying. I don't know.
Well, let's
Is the
see what
store
I can
locked?
get you. Do you use a shield?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Well, how about this one? And he just gives out a shield that extends itself. Give me a moment. Here you go. You should be able to see it in the items directory. It's the barricade shield.
Is the back door open or is it locked?
It's not blocked per se, but as soon as you're just wanting to grab a handle, Erixus says, "Well, that's my bedroom, mind you."
Is there another exit from here?
Yes. Wait a second.
Sorry, but
I
how
need-
is this going to help me stay alive? It seems rather bulky and like it would just slow me down so I can get killed easier.
Why are you so demanding?
Because people are dying.
Would it help if I said please?
Well then, and he grabs like a little piece of shield that he has here. It will administer aid if you need. And he just remade your shield so it will cast Cure Wounds if you fall below 50% of your HP. Twice.
Very much appreciated, thank you.
So, you seem to be rather hastily going on. I do know that I might cough as a little rough, but I just want you to be prepared. Here, just take this quiver over here. And he hands off like a quiver of these feather-like arrows to Natar.
Her eyes kind of soften. And she's like, I understand, but people are dying because of what I hold. And the faster we move, the less people that will die. This is not something that we can put in the hands of those that are evil. And those are the people that want it. So.
But look at you, you're all injured. How are you going to fight in your current state?
I'm not injured. Just saying.
Well, maybe you're not, but your allies are. Think,
I know
Natar.
that.
Think.
How?
Can you fight
Then
in that
help
current
us.
state?
Then help us. Is there a way
I
to
will.
escape? Do you have a bag of holding that I can hide this in?
Well, yes, I have a spare bag of holding. Here,
Please.
take this. And come with me.
Do you have any spare healing potions?
No, but I do know a way that you can, will attempt to rest.
Oh, close the door.
There is a
I'm not the
temple
only one.
not that far from here on the corner of the town that you can attempt to go to. My old friend Whist, it was his home basically. The time flows a bit different around there.
Is he no longer there?
Well, he recently tried to steal something from a chapel of the Silver Flame and got eaten by some horrifying creatures. Well, God bless his soul. Here you go.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, to steal from such a sacred place, he just might have been a dumbass, to be honest. And you, on your way out, grab this cloak. And he throws a cloak that seems to be entirely made of these obstructing shadows at Cyrus. If you don't have a place to hide, make it yourself.
And that'll be in my inventory.
No. As in, these are just temporary items that Eric's gave to you. This is a cloak that will allow you to hide in plain sight by projecting shadows around you.
Oh, nice.
What do Grumman's fancy boots with the Nike swoosh do?
Boots of speed.
Gotcha.
They will allow you to move, twice as fast and possibly get to the battlefield, around the battlefields faster.
And Natar's quiver?
Natar's quiver will allow you to, as in they are filled with arrows that will heal. Let me get you the item.
Interesting. So as Natara's walking out, she's gonna kind of smack Eric's on the shoulder and shake his hand and just say thank you. Hopefully next time we meet it'll be on less rushed terms.
And where was the house that we're trying to get to in the town?
In
Is it
the
outside?
left bottom corner of the town, but if you want to avoid trouble, you'll have 5 of these healing arrows. I'll add them to your inventory.
Okay.
It's 2d4 plus your dexterity and wisdom modifiers.
Cool.
And before you actually, Grumman, the house that you need to get to the place of refuge is on the left bottom part of the town.
Based on the map we have in our handout, or based on the map we're on right now?
On the map that you have in your handout, it will be the
bottom right.
corner.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Bottom right. A little a residence called 15, the Traveler's
Shrine.
Shrine.
Gotcha.
Yes. So, while you're traveling, since the town is being actively patrolled by assassins, I will need a group stealth check.
Do.
Can Grumman click his heels together and activate the boots now and just keep them running?
Sure, so Grumman will not need to make the check instead. You'll need to roll at least a 10.
Yeah.
Just a moment, please. I'm having some trouble loading.
Got it.
I'm gonna have Tara fly ahead about 30 feet in front of us. Just to kind of spy corners.
So Terra, up ahead, you can see that already one of, except from Sheriff, one of the people has been executed near the lightning rail, with 4 assassins remaining. Gorg is currently sipping out of some really big bottle with red liquid that seems to patch off his wounds.
Well, shit.
The rest of the assassins are currently patrolling the streets.
Do I see any down the street here? Or does Tara see any down the street?
Well, since you've made an active stealth check, there aren't actually any that spot you here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, as in it was just you needed to make an active stealth check. I'm still waiting for Larkins.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
about that. Okay, I just loaded in. Let's see here. Stealth.
And Larkin also makes a successful stealth check, which will allow you to move to the Traveler Shrine without any interventions.
So basically, I'm having Tara peek down each alley. I mean, I know it's stealth, but still, I guess for flavor. And then if she moves on, I know it's safe to cross.
We can make a perception check next time that will allow you to have advantage on the stealth if you manage to roll above a certain check. But that's next time, as I already called for a roll. Okay, so ahead of you, you see a 20 by 20 building that seems to be made of dual red brick with a flat roof of white slate. Instead of a door, you see a curtain made of small yellowing bones that thread together on copper wires.
Lovely. Check for traps.
Roll perception. No traps seemingly in sight.
Alright. Then Tara's gonna go in then.
So, as you go in the middle of the room, you see 8 red arrows in a radial pattern. On the top of the altar is a white silver dish which bears an inscription, "Make an offering and rest safely." As you go in, the screams from the outside seem to actually just quiet a bit. It seems like the whole thing starts to be really, really eerie, and by some case even out of this world.
Natara's gonna put one of the silver arrows on the plate as an offering.
Okay. Nothing seems to change, at least from your perspective.
Larkin
Cyrus,
placing some food on the plate.
Cyrus will place 4 gold.
Oops, sorry.
I'm gonna place my hand axe on it.
If Gromlin were smarter, he would try to investigate or use Arcana on this. See if he knew anything about it. He's going to try anyway.
Go for it.
He's going to investigate it and see if he can... Nope.
Well, as soon as
I
was hoping to give it a check too, but I'm having some trouble here too.
I see Gromman like kneeling down, like looking at it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's smart. I should do that too." And I'm gonna like follow in Gromman's footsteps. because that's basically all the aid does.
It's the smart thing to do. Follow the half-orc.
That's not gonna end well, guys.
Little is known about the Traveler, only that he aids creatures in unexpected ways. Nobody actually knows the extent of his powers.
Tara is actually going to fly over and tug out a feather and drop it on the plate.
Okay, you can safely make a short rest. The time outside has completely stopped.
Oh, wow.
Is it now that I ruined Tulio's hopes and dreams, or later? That's the question.
Why have you ruined my hopes and dreams?
Because I have a certain feat which my character has from Deep Magic.
Which is... you gain plus bonus on saving word to resist recursion if you take an action. Okay, what do you want to do with it?
I was hoping to create a portal.
Between you and...
It says I can make a portal to a place within 1 mile that I'm familiar with.
Okay.
I was thinking right outside is into the Badlands.
Okay, but you can bring along a number of other creatures equal to 1/4 of your level.
Hadn't thought of that.
Are you sure you want to just grab you and someone else and ditch the rest?
No, sorry. I for some reason thought that it was the other way around. I could bring 4 times my level, not 1/4. Sorry.
It's alright, doesn't I'm not blaming you or anything. It's just
It's just like, oh, I can escape.
Level 20,
Okay,
you take 80 people with you.
Well, you
yeah.
can open a travel agency with that kind of resources.
But yeah, I guess I'll just roll some of my short rest dice then.
Gotta actually press hit die. Where is the hit die thing? So I just rolled regular d8s.
If you go over to your character sheets, near your hit points on your right part of that, you have S rest, which is short rest, and L rest, which is long rest. If you press on S rest, you can actually roll a couple of hit die and then press rest to, make and then press rest when you're done rolling hit dice in their entirety. Now the question is to you as a group, how are you going to deal with the assassins now? What's your plan?
We've got to try and get them one-on-one.
Yeah, we gotta take them one at a time. Whenever we were running through the streets, did we see anybody else out, or is everybody inside a building?
So the people of Salvation are getting progressively enslaved by the assassins and dragged to the lightning rail station, only to be sacrificed if, your current characters do not oblige and actually give the Oracle of War, which we obviously as players know is not going to happen, at least not that simply. You still have a couple of buildings you can go to grab yourself some adventures. There is the apothecary, which can feature a bunch of potions that you could use. There is the... You already were to the Chapel of the Silver Flame, but there is also the tiny pot tavern, you know that the barmaid of the tavern, the tavern owner, Anaka Moran, has a cauldron that contains her famous healing brew, which can also be something you could go over to, and well, then the rest is just the base of what do you want to do. There's also the owner of Salvation Times, Gerfrin Soldarak. Maybe she can lend you an insight of some of the weak sides of the assassins, or maybe some strong sides of them, so you know what do you have to watch out for. She's near the Grey Beyond, the tavern that he all started in.
Well, I'll be honest, I got to this town 4 hours ago. I've never.
So the assassins typically come in groups of 2. You can try luring 2 of them and ambush them to the best of your abilities.
Could we put...
Good.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go on. No, you go.
I was going to say, could we put Natar and Cyrus up on roofs to shoot down and lure them into an alley? So our archers are completely kind of out of danger unless these things can fly. You guys can pepper them from a distance while the rest of us try to smash them in an alleyway.
I think something does fly.
That was the Indominus
leader.
that we killed.
Yeah, and Indominus should have. No, or could have, but he was in a building.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think we got him in a building,
was able to fly. That's why he was able to scout you so efficiently at the start.
Could we use Terra to scout for us a little bit? Maybe let us know where the assassins are.
I have that cloak. I can use my disguise kit to not look like me. So the big one probably reported back what we look like, so I can not look like me, and then I can have them chase me down an alley for an ambush. They'll just think I'm a regular civilian. Worst comes to worst, I use my cloak and vanish.
Gromman will happily give you his new super fast boots if you want to go running and lure them back to us where we can, let's create a kill box, pull people into it.
I have an idea. Yeah, you give him the boots, and then I have something too that can help. I would inscribe a rune on him, giving him an increased movement speed of 15 feet for 1 hour.
Alright, is that the plan?
I think so,
Sounds
yeah.
good.
That'll work.
I'm just trying to think about where we can, where we could pull them. I'm looking at the city map.
So I think we passed by a square surrounded by buildings with trees in it. It's actually the square right next to us. I was going to say this way it's connected to the main road, but enough coverage where I should be able to only lure 2 at a time.
So Gromman's really impressed with this time room that he's feeling all weirded out in. He's going to turn to Aid and ask him, do you think we could use this room more than once?
I don't know. Deities work in strange ways, and I don't think they like handing out favors twice. I've heard of the Traveler a few times. He's he's against my guys, so we're lucky enough that he helped us this one time. I'm not sure if he'll do it again.
maybe we're kind of down in the corner of the city or the town. Why don't we try to lure him down here? And if the other buildings around us, were they like single story, double story as we moved over here? How big were these things?
Single story rooms that you can, as in single story little houses that you can. So you can live.
I don't know if our archers here are interested, but if we put you up on a roof, that gives you. It'd be much harder to hit you if we have anything else that does that kind of AoE or that kind of thing. If we pulled them down here to where these trees are, if you guys were on opposite roofs, you could pelt from both directions while the rest of us go in and try and take them down with our, up close weapons.
We could try it. We're not going to know if it's going to work until we do it.
Until we try it with at least one group, see if that works. Yeah. So Grauman's just going to hand his boots over to Cyrus.
So Cyrus, I'm not the best archer. What I can do is,
if you're better utilized up close, I know you've got. I've seen you punch things pretty well.
We can put Natar on the roof, and I can stay on the ground, moving between buildings, hiding, and I can get shots off until I'm needed up close. This way, I'm closer to you guys if need be. If we get any unexpected trouble.
And Larkin's also going to give you that 15-foot speed boost as well.
Okay.
So
how much does the boost me?
It doubles your walking speed.
Yes.
And your walking speed is already increased by 15 feet, so that's doubled as well, I think.
So 70 feet.
Yeah, while walking. So can we exit out? First part of the plan, have Tara go out and try to see if she can't locate where the closest group of assassins are, and then have Cyrus stealth over, hit them from a distance, and just keep backing up and pelting them to bring them here. And we'll, once we're outside this, we'll figure out where in this group of houses here we want to hide to have Cyrus bring them to us.
I think we could hide over here, and whereas Cyrus draws them in through here, then we can get opportunity attacks as they walk.
That's what I would.
Without seeing us.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. If we can bring whatever the narrowest alleyway is. So I think there was a narrow one up here. That that Cyrus and I came past, and I know you guys came. There's another one here. So either of those is a good one for Cyrus to pull through because it's, makes them come through almost kind of single file or side by side at best.
I don't think, she can go out and I can communicate and she can communicate, but we can't actually talk with words. I'm looking up the stuff now.
Grauman steps up and pats his chest and says, if it doesn't offend you, I can speak with animals. He has it's one of his spells. So it'll give me 10 minutes where I can communicate verbally with beasts for the duration. So Tara will have to fly. Yeah, Tara will have to fly back, and then I can cast it and she can tell us where the things are.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'm checking through. That's going to be something I'm going to have to multi-class or get a feat to get that spell. Okay. Tara's going to go out. Yeah.
What about the guy with 70 speed? Isn't he going to?
Are we
Yes.
everybody rested?
Yeah.
Okay. So where's Tara going? Sorry, I couldn't see the entire map.
Nope. So I think... Get around the wall, Jamie. There you go. So I'm going to put Grauman kind of right here. So this alleyway, if we can get Cyrus to pull back through here. So if you can send kind of Tara around the map until we
Yep.
know where the closest group of assassins is, and then if she comes back, I can talk with her, let Cyrus know, and he can go running and try and pelt him and pull him this way.
Like I
So
said, she can understand common. She just can't reply.
So, first of which, as you scout, you might actually be in luck, because on the streets you see a single alone assassin is currently on the intersection right here.
Yeah. So Tara's gonna see that, and she's gonna turn right back around and find Grommen and like peck him.
And then also,
Tug
can
at his hair
I
and peck at him.
go ahead and roll for my stealth?
As in, I will call for a stealth check if needed. You don't need to roll now, since you're not actually stealthing right now. As in,
Okay.
you are out of her sight as well. If I will need to call for a stealth check, I will.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, how tall are the roofs? They're not that big.
About
He's
20 feet
building-
high.
Okay. So can a target up there?
Yeah, sure, but we'll just mark it like this.
Yeah, I was gonna say where she is, and then just kind of verbally say she's there. You know.
Okay.
But yeah, Tara's gonna come down this alley. And she's gonna peck at Grommen. And Natar can see from top too that there's someone there.
Okay.
This is a rather
right
long
now, right
building,
now you
so-
can only see what seems like a mechanical snake, iron cobra of sorts.
Okay.
But there's something there, so Tara's like, okay, I found something. And she's gonna go flying.
Okay.
Nope, there's a wall there.
And Terra, the second, as in the second assassin you found, is Gorg is trying to break into the smithy. He's out there with a creature that looks like an animal wielding a spear, but mostly just uses its claw and teeth to bite at the door to try and help Gorg break in.
How far are we?
Yeah, it's outside the
That's a
map.
big distance. Okay.
Uh,
So she'll fly back
200 feet away.
because I don't want to end up with too much attacking us and then,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
overdoing
The,
it.
the,
so-
the other grooms seem to be busy with breaking into the armory
Yeah.
right now, so they won't disturb you.
Yeah, whatever the
Well, no,
closest
she
group
was
is.
gonna attack him and drag him, but no. So we see something in the street, but I mean, it's not something we've seen normally, so we know it's something not right. So can I shoot an arrow at it?
Do we want to drag it back along this alleyway though, so that we can
Won't get
fall
its
on it from?
attention.
Yeah, so we can fall on it from both sides. So Cyrus, can you So if Tara
Okay.
if Tara comes back and explains to Grommen what she saw as I'm using that spell, I'll pass that on to Cyrus that it was over here. Am I pinging kind of close to where it was?
Yes.
Okay. So I let Cyrus know that, hey, if you go through this alleyway roughly 50, 60 feet to the north down the street, there's something there. Go bring it to us.
So,
Hello, friend.
and then that is sweet. I was going to try to make a sneak attack.
Okay,
on this
roll
one right
stealth.
here. Ooh, hopefully I don't trip or something. That would be. Where are we at?
With 15, Sarzarka doesn't see you. But since we're starting the initiative, I would like you to roll it first, since even the sneak attack is done with initiative. Okay, so the combat will start. Cyrus, you can make your attack now.
Okay.
So the arrow manages to hit, and then you realize something. Your arrow completely bounced off the creature's iron skin.
Yep.
Almost as in doing completely nothing to the creature. It starts to slowly waddle in your direction.
Okay.
But, as I said, the assassins always travel in two. As Grommen, Sarzarka was notified, suddenly the wall near you crushes down as a creature with bladed gauntlets tries to ambush you.
Cool.
And it has a special ability. It can make 6 attacks.
Oh, Jesus.
So, here we go. The first attack misses. Now, you wonder why the psychic damage? If the attack roll has advantage, the target also takes the psychic damage. The first attack manages to miss. The second one hits, dealing 23. The third one luckily misses. Sorry, the first one was only meant to be done with advantage, mind you, so it will not be 23, but it will be 11 points of slashing damage. Here we go. The third attack misses. It tries to attack you the fourth time. Manages to hit, dealing 5 points of slashing damage.
With that second one was rolled with advantage as well, so it was an 11 and a 21.
Oh, sorry, that was 11. Yeah. Mind you, yeah, so the 11 wouldn't actually go through. Yes, okay, so the third one manages to hit, dealing 5. And then the 6th and the last one manages to hit, dealing 12 points of slashing damage. Seems like you were the one ambushed after all, as you now see who Ganji Saberhands is. Larkin, what are you going to do?
Not stand for this. He's going to move up here. And he's going to attack at Saberhand.
Go forth.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then with a vicious hit, you remind Ganji of his own mortality, plunging your rapier straight at him.
And I'm going to use my last mana point for an arcane smite.
Go for it. So it doubled, I guess?
Yep.
Dealing 21 additional points of piercing damage.
And that's going to be it for Larkin.
Cyrus, what do you want to do?
Did I disappear off the map?
Disappear as in roll stealth check? Yes.
No, I just don't see my character.
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You might need to reload.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just not there.
F5 is your friend.
Let's see, just letting it reload. And did I hear that crash? of the guy busting through that wall?
Yes, you've definitely heard it, as suddenly Grumman seems to be incredibly injured as this feral orc is slashing at him with his gauntlets.
Come on. Right. Alan. What do you?
You gotta
No,
walk
wait.
around the buildings.
No,
this is
he's looking through the door, so he will actually.
Oh, okay. Because I can't see, it's in shadow. I was like, it's gonna block you if there's a wall there.
Boom. All right. And I'm going to use my object manipulation to stow my bow, and I'm going to punch this guy.
To drop your bow. If you want to change the weapon, you have to drop it.
I'm not changing. I'm just putting it up.
Oh, you're just okay. Yeah, that also works.
Putting it up, and then I'm going to do an unarmed strike.
Go for it.
Wow.
And the attack actually manages to miss, unfortunately.
All right, and I'm going to use my bonus action, disengage.
Is the guy inside the building?
Yes. He just
Yeah.
broke through a
Okay.
wall.
It's like I can't see him, so I'm like, what the hell, man?
Actually,
Okay.
no, I'm just going to stay here. And I guess I'll do another unarmed strikes this way.
Okay, go for it then. The second attack manages to hit, dealing 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
That will be my turn.
Natar, what are you going to do?
So he broke through this wall, right? So
Yes.
Yeah.
this one's still stable.
Yes.
Yes.
Crap. That means I can't shoot that guy. So I'm gonna go and shoot at I gotta move myself to the alley just so I could see what's going on.
Yeah, sure.
So from the roof, obviously she's gonna shoot at this thing. I mean, crap, did no damage though. I'm gonna try it. 'Cause I can.
So you shoot at Swordarka, the attack hits, but the arrow completely bounces off.
Okay. Terra over here is close enough to dive into the building. So she is going to dive in and attack Saber Hands here.
Go for it. And
What
the
the
attack
heck, man?
unfortunately misses.
Okay. That's her turn.
Okay, so Zarka is going to use her movement in order to go 40 feet, and then she will use her dash action in order to move another 40 feet, landing herself in between Aid and Larkin. Grumman, what do you want to do?
I want to hit this guy really hard. So I'm gonna
Don't
use my
hold back.
I'm gonna use my final rage.
Absolutely, bear in mind that's the final one.
Yeah, it sure is. And I'm gonna use. So I've got advantage on him because Cyrus is on the other side. So I'm gonna use my Great Weapons Master.
Go for it. And he managed to do 21 points of slashing damage, almost killing him, but still has some steam
So I'm
left.
my Orcish Fury reset with a short rest, so I'm gonna drop one more D12.
Okay, you need 7 more. Go.
Boom.
Hell yeah. With that, another one of the fabled assassins is currently dead on the ground.
With his chest in shreds from all those claw attacks, Grommen literally bellows and growls at this thing as it slides off his axe to the ground beneath him.
That's great.
Nice hit.
And I'm just gonna do
Sorry?
a couple. I'm just gonna do a couple of steps of movement back.
Okay. Aid, what are you going to do? You see the mechanical cobra right in front of you.
Okay, I'm going to... Here? Wait, would I be able to hit it from here? Because I just can't see it.
Well, yeah, technically, because it's like the corner, but you'd still need to select her, so...
Yeah. Okay, well, so the spiritual weapon that I have with me is going to... Do I just roll Warhammer for that, or do I use spiritual weapon?
Exactly, you just wear Warhammer. It
Okay.
functions in a way of the spiritual weapon, but it's just, you know, a flying hammer in its entirety.
Okay.
Okay, the attack manages to hit, dealing
There.
dealing 10 points of magical bludgeoning.
And I'm going to cast Holy Word. Ooh.
Okay, make a ranged spell attacks. Could I ask you to roll wisdom?
Wisdom.
Yep.
You got it?
Absolutely, and she takes additional 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay, and that's my turn.
And at the beginning of round 2, you realize the sudden breaking of the wall. Natar, you can see Gorg and Irna will approach your location.
Well, that's not good. So, Larkin's gonna go ahead and attack the snake. Oh, sorry.
Go for it.
But he's gonna go ahead and attack the snake.
Okay, the attack manages to hit, dealing 12 points of magical piercing.
Alright. And that's going to be it for Larkin.
Cyrus, what do you want to do?
All right. It's not. That's.
Sometimes it just...
Oh, well, there you go.
While walking through tight corridors, sometimes the
Yeah.
map just fizzles out and doesn't want to let you through because you're technically walking through the map. But yeah.
Nothing I'm gonna do to this thing really seemed to do anything. Yep. 25 feet. I'm gonna try to scale this building in front of me.
Sure.
It's one right here.
You'll be
still
up to
have-
10 feet.
I think I have 25 feet of movement left.
Then you'll exactly get on top, so you and Natar can provide cover from above.
And then with that, I'm going to go ahead. Really don't know what to do. I guess I'm going to hold. Screw it. I'll stealth.
Sure. Okay, you are perfectly hidden up there in the roof. You can, from your current point of view, you and Natar can see Gorg and Irnar approaching.
All right. So from right where you have it, right where you just put that down.
That's here, but it's just blocking your view from up above. Here, I will make it a bit easier for both of you. Here. Just... as in, they are approaching from here.
Okay.
If you want, you can just go be right here. You'll be able to see it. Both you and Natar will be able to see it. As in, I know that you are on the roofs right there.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna hold my attack action. If they get to here,
Sure.
and that'll be the end of my turn.
And you can actually hear Irgna happily waddling into battle. Can you smell that, Gorg? I smell blood. And she's hastily dashing to go where Sardzarka currently is. So, you wanted to hold the attack? Are you attacking now?
Yes.
Go for it. The attack manages to hit, dealing 5 plus your... dealing 12 points of damage, and Irgna can actually see you. You can see that she's going to try and scale the building up with you as well. Natar, what are you going to do? You see Cyrus.
So where am I? Am I here?
Yes,
on the map, or
you're right here on the
I'm just
map.
trying to like to figure out visibility. Yeah. So she's gonna kind of move towards this end. She should have a clear shot from the roof. Come on. Yes. And I've got the piercing feet. I've got the piercer feet. What does that do?
It adds another hit die.
Wait a minute, it does something special. Piercer.
It has another
When you
damage
score
die.
a critical hit that deals piercing damage to a creature, you can roll 1 additional damage die when
Roll
determining the
additional
extra
D8.
damage. Yes.
Ooh.
Sorry.
So you made a natural 20. You scored a vicious hit. Gorg looks at you up above on the building. You made me drink red soup. I hate red soup.
Oh well. Which, yeah, she'll stay, and then Tara. She's gonna come towards Natar. How do you... I always forget. There we go. Okay, so she's gonna be up. Yeah, thank you.
Here we go. I know that when it comes to moving through walls can be rather iffy. And Larkin, Sardzarka, is going to try to extend her metal fangs and bite you. The attack, fortunately for you, manages to miss, as you can see the acid and poison forming inside of her mouth, dripping heavily from them. Drummond.
Okay. Let's go here. Let's target that. And just gonna swing normally. I'm not gonna use. Oh, that's not gonna do much.
Well, the attack would hit, but due to the fact that Sword Zarka is immune to non-magical damage, your Great Axe for probably the first time in your life completely bounces off.
Oh god, that's gotta feel terrible.
Like there's just a look of shock on Grauman's face. That's his turn.
Aid, what are you going to do?
Right.
That's squeezing. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, I'm sure that Aid just wants to, see the creature without moving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let me stop.
It might be muted. I'm not sure.
Hello?
Yep,
There we
got
are.
you.
Now we can
All
hear
right,
you.
sorry. Yeah, I was just checking to see if I still had aim on her. So that's the Warhammer attacking.
That manages to hit, dealing 8 points of magical bludgeoning.
And then I'm going to go with. So I have a question. You see the arm blade? What does the extending of it do?
You can quickly hide and make it reappear yet again.
Okay.
That's the extending and retracting part. So it's like a hidden blade if you ever want to sneak up to a castle where they make you drop off your weaponry and so on.
Yeah. So I'm going to attack with my blade. Ooh.
And the attack manages to hit as well, dealing 5 points of magical slushing.
And that is my turn. Wait, yeah, that's my turn.
So, Gorg is going to move over here to where Natar is, the building Natar is standing on. And he, with one strike of his battering ram, is going to collapse the thing down.
Shit. That's not good.
Natar takes 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and currently you are prone with this creature right ahead of you as it laughs.
Ha ha ha.
Larkin, what do you want to do?
Finish off this snake.
Go for it. Well,
Damn.
unfortunately for you, the
By
attack
1
roughly
point.
misses.
Well, that will be it for Larkin.
Cyrus, what would you like to do?
So this guy, Yark. God, I'm not even gonna pretend like I can pronounce words.
Irna.
Bloodfist.
Irna. The
Bloodfist.
B is silent. Or Bloodfist. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's go with that. He's paying attention to me, right?
Currently Irna is more inclined to go for Natar, since the assassins work in groups and they combo each other. If one does something to help each other attack, Irna is probably going to use the possibility to try and shred Natar to pieces.
So did I fall like in front of the building, or did I fall inside
Yes,
the
as in-
building?
Imagine
Okay.
you're like right in front of him as Gorg
Okay.
struck a pillar. The whole building has leaned, making you fall right in front of Gorg.
Okay.
I just realized this entire time I've been supposed to be doing 2 more damage with my rapier because I have a dueling style. But oh well.
Just add that
See.
on.
Yeah, just added it.
So let's see. So I'm gonna. I'm going to hop down to the ground. I'm gonna say here. Okay. Oh well. Basically, it's gonna hop right in front of it. Come on, stop! What are you doing to me? Right in front of Bloodfist.
Okay.
Going to.
Here.
Yes, and then I'm going. I'm sorry. Come on, man. And then I'm gonna move in front of him. And I'm going to use my bonus action to do insightful fighting.
Okay, I will roll deception with ear now. Roll insight.
All right.
Oh, damn.
I sure hope I get a natural 20.
If you get a natural 20, go ahead.
No, it's so close.
Unfortunately, you're not. The null seems to move in such unexpected, weird ways that you don't actually manage to know what its weaknesses are. It seems like its own unpredictableness can be its weakness.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna stab at him anyway with my short sword.
Go ahead. But it's still your accuracy is still enough to deal a solid hit, dealing 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
You'll pay for that, as Irina starts to viciously just jump on you, attacking you relentlessly, dealing... so the first attack manages to miss as you roughly damage to defend yourself, so Irina jumps at you with her claws instead, attacking you with the right one that manages to hit, dealing 6 points of slashing damage, and then swiping at you with the left one, dealing 14 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
With that, you find yourself badly injured. Natar, what are you going to do?
She's gonna stand. Get that prone off. And then she is going to take the attack of opportunity and back up. 5, 10.
Okay.
Half movement.
Where are you
15.
going? And
Ouch.
Natar got hit, dealing, as the creature dealt 15 points of bludgeoning damage to her.
Bonus action hunter mark on him.
Absolutely.
And then from here, she can shoot with her bow and arrow.
So the attack manages to hit, dealing 7 points of piercing from the arrow itself and additional d6.
And that's it, because bonus action I already used. So did that take
Roll
the d6
additional-
as well?
Roll the
Oh, it
additional
didn't take it.
d6.
Okay.
And additional 3 points of force damage as the arrow inside of him explodes, dealing like a minor wound.
And I'll see it.
And Sardzarka is going to try to show Grumman how to attack, trying to bite him. The attack manages to hit, dealing 9 points of piercing damage, and Grumman, I will need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. So, you manage to pass the check, meaning that you take half from the 22. That would be 11 points of damage. Because you suffer no further effects from that. Grumman.
Yeah, the problem is there's a good chance he's going to kill me with an opportunity attack if I try to step away.
Disengage.
Yeah, you can use it as an action. Disengage as an action.
But then Grumman loses his rage.
Rage.
Shoving someone is also an attack action.
Yeah, I'm going to try and push him back then, just to try to keep the rage going and push him away from me.
And this part of the building is already collapsed, so you can actually use your movement to go through the ruins and get to Gorg and Cyrus.
Shove is athletics?
Yes, a contest in athletics.
Oh, let's see what happens.
Unfortunately, the mechanic
Grommen gets advantage because he's
Grommen
raging.
Grommen gets advantage because he's raging, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately,
Oh,
still
so
not
close.
enough, as the machine does not relent.
That shove is my action, though, correct?
Yes, it's your attack action.
All right, so I'm just gonna do that and stay there so that my rage keeps going, and hope that you guys drop him before he gets another swing at me.
Aid, what
We
are you going to
definitely-
do?
Okay, spiritual weapon times 3.
Go for it.
Hopefully this is the finishing blow.
And it absolutely is, as with your new flying warhammer, you just batter the iron snake to the ground.
Okay, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds level 2 on Grommen.
Go for it. And you patch Grommen's wounds, healing him up, making sure that he's ready to fight.
And I'm going to move 5, 10, 15. Is that 30?
That would be 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes, that's the extent of your movement.
Yeah, now I gotta try to figure out where everybody is.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot pointy sticks. Gorg hates pointy sticks. As he's going to try and
attack. Sorry. If he hits me, I'm dead. Oh shit.
no, he roughly missed, causing the building next to you to collapse. What opportunity attack? Sorry.
No, I was like, Tara's, flying right there. I mean,
Yes, Tara's too far above, as in normally you would be able to
that's
attack.
why I was laughing. I was like, I wish.
Larkin, what do you want to do?
Larkin's going to move forward here. And go up here. And then he's going to use his enormous humanoid.
Don't.
Julia?
Sorry?
Our nose humanoid.
Yes. Knowles
Give me
are...
just 1 minute.
And he's going to try and shout at the no to come fight him with intimidation.
And you can see that Irna is conflicted. There is old blood in here and new blood in there.
Alright, and that's going to be it for Larkin.
Cyrus,
Lisa.
what do you want to do?
All right, object. I'm gonna pick up the bow that I should have dropped last round off the ground.
Absolutely.
And then I'm going to go ahead and take a swing.
Go for it.
Yarner Blood Fist. Actually, I'm going to. Fuck. Never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna take a swing at him. Short sword. Normal.
The attack manages to hit, drawing some of Irna's blood, dealing 6 points of piercing damage.
And then I am going to use bonus action disengage.
Okay.
And then
Ran a very far away.
yeah. Gonna run.
Remember that you
Here.
get boost of speed. You can actually run 90 feet in one round if you would like.
No, he can run up to 70 feet because with walking. Because he has the rune on him as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. 70. A lot.
Yes.
A lot.
That was 40, right? Yeah, 40. All right. Come on. Please do. Please. Just what I want. There we go. Thank you.
Here you go.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Well, with sirens escaping so fast, Irna will have no option but to jump on the Larkin instead, trying to bite him.
I'm not.
But Larkin defends himself. Sorry, Natar, I'm not aiming at you this time. And seeing as the bite didn't work, as Larkin manages to defend himself, Irna is going to try and swipe at Larkin with her claws. 2 times, but nothing is happening, which immensely pisses Irna off. Natar, what are you going to do?
She's gonna drop her bow, and Tara is gonna help and try and distract it, and she's gonna swing with her a short sword.
Absolutely.
With the help action, is that advantage, or how do I?
Absolutely, advantage. Yes, on your next attack, that would be this one.
Really?
And
Really?
unfortunately, the attack misses.
That's all I can do.
Grumman, what do you want to do?
10, 15, 20. Can Grumman go from where he's at? Can he cut that corner to there?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Even walls don't stand in the way of Grumman.
I don't really know what's still standing over here and what isn't. So that'd be just about my 30 feet. And he's gonna attack whatever this ugly thing is that's attacking his friends.
Go for it.
Let's go Reckless Great Weapons Master. Well, I didn't mean to roll that. Let me do this advantage. There we go. Holy crap, a 1 and a 2. Perfect.
Oh, he's your reckless.
With
Yeah.
yes, at least you attack recklessly, so it's
Yep.
not a disaster
You're not
per
cutting
se.
Aid's
but
head off.
Grumman's with his immense and not actually directed rage attacks the thin air for now as Irgna smirks.
Good lord. That's gonna be the end of his turn.
Aid, what do you want to do?
Age is going to. He's going to cast Guiding Bolt at Gorg. At 2nd level.
That would be a disadvantage if you did that.
Oh yeah, Jesus. All right.
Are you still following with that
No,
action?
that was an accident. I'm going to go up to here, taking the attack of opportunity.
As Irgna attempts to bite some part of you off as you manage to completely avoid the attack.
Okay, so that's fine. Yeah, so I'm going to do it.
Go forth.
Let me get it up again. Getting votes. Oh, I accidentally used up the spell slot.
You can cast the spell without consuming the spell slot. I'll just grab.
Okay.
I added you one. Here you go.
Okay.
Try
Thank you.
again. Not a problem.
Ah.
Unfortunately, your guiding bolt is a bit redirected as Irgna's unpredictable movements make hitting her incredibly hard, it would seem.
He was aiming for a Gorg, but yeah, same difference.
Sorry, with the giant blocking and trying to attack Natar, you just missed the attack, knowing that it might have struck Natar instead, so aiming it carefully not to make any more casualties because of that.
Okay, and the Warhammers are going to attack Bloodfist.
Go for it. Unfortunately, missing as well.
That's for loving us tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And Gorg, with all of his might, is going to try to bash Natar into a bloody pulp. As the attack managing to miss, Natar barely holds her ground. Give me a moment and check if he needs to... No, he can push you 5 feet away, but he chooses not to. Lorcan, what would you like to do?
He's going to move up here to flank Irgna. And he's going to stab at him.
Dealing 11 points of piercing damage with your spellbound rapier.
Alright, and that's going to be sadly it for Larkin.
Cyrus, what would you like to do?
Do. Five.
This building is ruined, so you'll actually be able to see Gorg if you move out there.
All right, so if I move here, I can see him.
Yes.
Okay. 45. So yes, that'll be 70.
Okay, let me mark where you are on the map. And this is what you can see.
Okay. I am going to for my hood to make me invisible. Is that a bonus action?
Yes, that's a bonus action. You just hide. The cloak itself works all the time. You just choose to hide.
Okay. So I'm going to drop my sword, pick out my bow. I'm going to hide, my bonus action, and then I'm going to take a shot at the big guy who's about to crush the little orc lady now.
Okay.
All right. So. Natural
And
20.
you do manage to hit critically
Nice.
as Gorg
Leveling
suddenly...
sneak attack.
Okay, so that's additional 17 points of piercing damage to Gorg. You can see that you hit him directly at his skull, and if his skull was to be any thinner, he would have probably died there on the spot.
Ugh.
That'll be it.
And Yergna is going to jump on Gromman, just saying, "I love me some orc," as she's going to attack. Oh, those are some low. Speaking of low rolls, and that's poison damage. So you succeed on the on the Constitution saving throw, so you don't actually take the poison damage. So that's 2 points of piercing damage instead. And Irgna is going to attempt to slash at you with her claws, dealing 3 points of slashing damage with the first one, and missing the second strike, as I would assume Grommen's already preparing for a counterattack. Natar, what would you like to do?
Oh. Well, let's see. She's going to put a hand to her own chest and do one of these. I heal someone for 8, but I heal myself for 1. I don't know how that works.
It's
that bonus
the basics
action.
of empathy.
Bonus action. Tara is gonna attack him.
Go for it. Unfortunately missing. Shouldn't Terra modifiers be a bit higher?
Where's it at?
It's a +3 to hit.
Mm-hmm. She should have. Where's my book here? Features. You were just looking at it. Companion. So +3 to hit, and then it should be proficiency now.
Yes, it should be +3 plus your proficiency. So actually, with a +2, with a +2, it's still 11, so it still misses. But I added the attack roll bonus to Terra. I'm sure. I just realized it might have been too little for Terra.
Yeah.
But that's fixed.
Okay. Thank you. Cool. That's it.
Grommen, what would you like to do?
If you use your bonus action to command Terra, then they should be able to still have their own turn and do a second.
I already took my own turn. I cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was at 2.
Yeah.
Didn't do a whole lot, but you know. Just say Gorg either dies or doesn't hit me.
So, Grommen, how would a big, angry orc like you retaliate straight at Irgna?
So as he kind of shrugs off the biting and claw attacks, he, holding the haft of his great axe, he brings it straight up to kind of push Irgna's jaws away from him, and then sweeps the double-bladed head of his great axe across, twisting his torso with all of his might to decapitate, literally slicing right through the jaw and teeth of the beast before him.
The only thing that's left is the light stream of blood and Irgna's head rolling on the ground.
And I'm gonna move to there and end my turn.
8, what do you want to do?
Okay, I'm going to move to here,
Okay.
and I'm going to. So, how far did the spiritual weapon move again?
No. Imagine your Warhammer follows you at all time. It's just something that's by your side. It doesn't follow the same rules as a spiritual weapon. These are just gadgets you get for this one encounter. So use them however you wish.
Okay, well, in that case, the Warhammer is going to strike.
Go for it.
Oh, roll with advantage.
Because you're flanking, absolutely.
Is that how you do advantage? Yeah.
Yes. Yep. The attack manages to hit, dealing 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and
now I'm gonna go up for an uppercut to the jaw, and at the last second my blade's gonna pop out.
Go for it. Only thing that Gork says at the last moment of his life is, "I hate pointy blade," as his dead body splashes onto the ground. And with that, the combat ends. The last thing you can hear as after Gorg falls to the ground is the amplified voice of Sal Dreadstroke that echoes from the lightning rail station. "Time to finish this. I have hostages here. Bring me the Oracle of War. I'll kill one of them every minute. Bring it now!" And this is where we're going to end our session today.
All right then.
And I hope you had fun. I'm incredibly sorry for the roll low with with Ganji Saberhands Grommen. I just needed to introduce him with a bit of oomph. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all.
Silent soaking rage, I was about to say, but
Oof.
I had a great time. Thanks, Julia.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was fun as always.
I really hope that was so. I'm glad that you had fun. And Cyrus, I'm just going to let you know about the whole jazz with everything in private messages. Okay.
I've got kind of a layout because I do my notes too. So.
I really liked playing as Larkin. I got to play feel much more like I'm playing an active role here. Instead of, hiding in the corner while puppet fights for me.
Puppeteer.
Still a fun character. As
No,
both
Glenn
of
was
your
great
characters
fun.
are absolutely fun. And the thing I want you to prepare for, after the fight with Sal Dreadstroke, you're going to have your own base, the salvage base I was talking at the start when we were having our first session 0, where you'll be able to buy upgrades with gold, make your own equipment, have a forge, an alchemy station, all of that jazz. So that's the first thing. The second thing, you'll reach level 5, so be prepared or even level up at D&D Beyond right now.
I love how you're being super positive, Tulio. 3 of us are badly injured or near death, and we haven't even fought the boss yet.
Okay, we can all just
My 6 HP, I've got it.
we can just all
Got it,
stab
I'm
each
good.
other with the arrows. It'll be fine. Those healing arrows.
Yeah, I was gonna hand. Who was the one that was shooting? Was that Cirrus?
Yeah.
I was gonna hand him a healing arrow and go, "Step over there and shoot me with it."
You guys are cool if Grommen stands in the back and just tosses one javelin, right?
Let's see who's uninjured.
I'll shoot you with an arrow.
That would be Larkin.
It may or may not be.
Okay,
healing one.
Larkin
We'll
and
see.
Aid, they can be our frontliners. And by front, I mean the only ones.
All right.
I still have 3 of those Wrath of the Storms, and I can use the Destructive Wrath to make it deal max damage. So I've got that. That was good last time whenever things were looking rough when I was out of spell slot, so I still got that up my sleeve at least.
Nice. Yeah, Grommen's gonna be rough in the next fight. I'm out of rage, which means that I'll start taking full damage.
I've used up all my special class resource, my mana.
Yeah.
I'm out of spell slots.
So basically, after the
Cool.
battle is when we'll level up, right, Tulio?
Yes, you'll level up after the battle. I'll introduce you to the base mechanic.
Cool.
And we're going to go to Sharn.
Woohoo! I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fun time. You're going to actually work out the Draconic Prophecy and, get along with the story. It is 20 episodes long after all, so, we still have a lot of things to do.
Awesome.
Good.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
I'm gonna roll HP while I'm here with you, real quick.
I recorded again as usual, so I will edit and post it up and link in Discord once I can.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
that's gorgeous. I love it.
What is it for clerics to roll again?
That's from my level. I just figured I'd get it out of the way, so I shouldn't be healed up. I'll fix that. I'm still at 6, but
Yeah,
I
if
wanted
you-
it to
if you-
roll
if
and
you have
calculate it.
the-
So
If you have the add-on to the D&D Beyond or the D&D Beyond companion, I don't quite remember how it's called. You'll have to watch out for your life total because it resets to the thing you have on D&D Beyond. So
yeah, if you I think only if you update it though.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I will be updating your characters in. I think that the fight shouldn't take more than an hour, even less. But I'm sure that you'll probably visit the apothecary to get some, healing items first because you're as you said, you're roughly injured. So you'll probably do that first. We'll get on with some role play along with that. Then we'll include the base, and after that you will level up, and I will import your character. So it might take an hour, might take less, and we will go on with the story.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Well,
Awesome.
you all have a good night and a good week, and I'll see you next time.
I'm
You as
hopping
well.
off as well. Goodbye.
Night, everybody.
Bye.